If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Well, good Tuesday morning. Taylor Platt here with a quick check on your forecast. Starting off your morning, maybe a few isolated showers and storms around, but once we get to the afternoon and evening, we'll start to see more of that activity take place. It's going to be another hot one out there with temperatures getting up into the lower and middle 90s. Rain chances continue into your evening hours on your Tuesday, but once we lose our daytime heating, as you see there, showers and storms start to go away, and then we do it all over again for your Wednesday. 7-day forecast looks like this. The heat continues over the next few days, but by the time we get into the weekend and early next week, more showers and storms are expected, so that should mean some slightly lower temperatures.
Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks for joining us. An Italian sandwich shop that's home to what many call the best sandwich in the world now has two shops in Music City. In today's Let's Eat segment, Catherine Mayhew lets us in on what sets these sandwiches apart from the others. My mouth is watering already. And then a little later, why Christmas will be brighter for nearly 1,300 children. This is all thanks to Christmas in July, an initiative by Middle Tennessee Help Center. We hope to help bring attention to where you can shop or make a donation so that this local help center can assist in putting gifts under the tree this Christmas. We'll have details coming up, but first, let's get a check of our headlines. A man is recovering after becoming trapped inside a 7-foot hole at a construction site in Clarksville over the weekend. Clarksville Fire and Rescue determined that the man was in the hole due to a trench collapsing, causing him to become stuck. Work began on reinforcing the trench walls of that deep hole, preventing them from collapsing during the rescue, and to ensure that the workers at the scene stayed safe while they were rescuing the victim. No word on the condition of the man. Help save lives with your license plate. Now available for pre-purchase is the Donate Life Tennessee Specialty Plate. Donor heroes can save as many as 8 lives through organ donations and improve 75 more with the gift of tissue.
One night after a class, I threw a blood clot. And within 12 hours, I lost all my organs. And I was in Pontiac, Michigan, who then transferred me to Detroit, Michigan, to a bigger hospital, and they just put me in hospice. All of my organs had died. A doctor from Indiana was visiting, told my son if they could get me to Indiana University, he had a chance of saving my life. And it was 75 days later, that chance came up. And he did save my life.
What would you say to their family, to that family?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I got to see my children graduate high school. Then I got to see them graduate college. And now I'm going to see my daughter get married and, walk her down the aisle. And then I've been to continue on with my dreams.
You can go to donatelifetennessee.org and sign up, and you can be as specific as you want to be. So they give you options if you want to do everything, or you can be specific on what you don't want done in case there's certain reasons.
What do you think your sister would say?
She would love this attention. I mean, I'm just being honest. She would love this. And I actually wrote a book about her through my grief, and that was my healing of writing. So since I didn't know the recipients, I was able to make up their stories. I had their first name and organ, so I wrote how their life could have been to show a reader how much one person can help others.
That beautiful woman there, that is Lisa Bolt. Her 17-year-old sister changed the lives of 6 people by being an organ donor. And before that gentleman, that is Todd Hensel. He is a 7-organ transplant recipient. In the coming days, we'll hear more from Todd, from his partner, Carrie, and from Lisa. I look forward to sharing their stories with you because not only is it inspirational, but really shows you what being an organ donor means. Now, to move forward in production with the license plate, at least 1,000 plates must be pre-purchased. Okay, get a look at this cutie. Meet Darby, Columbia Fire and Rescue's new mental health resource. Darby is a trained peer support service dog and a donation by Courtney Cummins Powell. Columbia Fire Chief Chris Cummins shares that already Darby is more than a station companion. She's an important part of their department's mental wellness strategy. In fact, she's already made an impact, and they're so proud to have her as part of the Columbia Fire and Rescue family. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. They're thrill seekers, risk takers, and maybe just a little bit unhinged. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
As mentioned, it seems that Florence, Italy is connected with our Music City in 2 spots. To tell us more about these 2 sandwich locations, we have Catherine Mayhew with us with our Let's Eat segment today. Catherine, I cannot wait to talk more with you. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you too.
Thank you. Okay, the sandwich looks incredible.
It is. It is. So this place is called All'Antico Vinaio, which means the wine merchant. And it originated in Florence, Italy, where it still is. In Florence, it's a walk-up stand that you go to. And Salvier named it one of the best sandwiches in the world. And to me, they're right. It is one of the best sandwiches in the world. If you like bread made daily, fresh out of the oven, who wants that? No, it's so good. Yeah. It's called Scacciatella, the bread. And I think if I mispronounce this, everybody can send me a nasty email. But what it is it's a very thin, it's almost like a thin focaccia, with the exterior being crispy. And I think they brush it with a little olive oil to give it a little shine. And then the interior is just this pillowy, soft, yeasty pile of heaven. I would eat the bread by itself. In fact, they will give you, when you are waiting in line, if you're lucky, they'll put out a plate of just the bread cut into little pieces. So you have something to nibble on while you're waiting, which I nibbled on more than one piece.
Of course you did. That's why we're friends.
I felt really bad about it. I kept, reaching up there and I'm looking around to see if anybody's noticing. At any rate, their sandwiches are very, with the exception of a few that they put on the menu for the American taste, they're very, very Italian. And they involve lots of cured meats, salamis, prosciutto, lots of Italian cheeses. It's a very sort of artisan list of ingredients. There's no mayonnaise, there's no mustard. And my favorite of all the sandwiches is the one with mortadella. And mortadella is basically, it's what bologna wants to be when it grows up. It's so good. In Italy, they cut it razor thin It's pretty much unseasoned like a bologna would be, but they also stud it with pistachios. So that's the base of my favorite sandwich. And then they add pistachio cream, which is, oh my God, I know. It's more like a toast, but it's so delicious. I mean, I can't get enough pistachio to begin with. So you got the mortadella, and then you got the pistachio, and then you have a thin layer of stracciatella, I think, which is an Italian cheese. Mm-hmm. And then that's it. It's the simplest sandwich, but every bite is just works in perfect harmony. It's just enough, not too much. And I also will say these are expensive sandwiches that they can go up to $20, but they're huge. They're like this big. And in my case, I cut it into fourths, and I ate a fourth at a time. So amortize that out. It's $5 a sandwich.
Which isn't bad at all. And so all of the sandwiches, how many, I guess, selections do they have?
It's a small menu. I didn't count, but I would say maybe 15 total.
Okay.
And one of them is I think it's called the New Yorker, is very much an ode to the American taste. Mm-hmm. It's very thinly sliced rare roast beef with arugula. And I think it's got a porcini cream that is, I mean, again, it's very simple. The roast beef is super tender. If you have an American taste and you're just not into cured meats, you can, go there and be very happy. So, yeah, I will say there's I wouldn't say downsides, but there's two sort of cautions. One, it is a sandwich shop, but it's not a deli. So You're not going to get a side of potato salad or a dill pickle or a bag of potato chips. You buy the sandwich. That is the menu. And then they do sell wine, as you would expect from a store that's called the Wine Merchant. They sell wine and they sell soda pop, and that's it. So if you want a side dish, you're not going to get it there. And I will say the other thing, and this only applies to this time of year, the location on 8th Avenue, which is, they call it the Gulch. It's across from Arnold's, if you know where Arnold's is. It's kind of Gulch adjacent to me. Is in the bottom of a condo building or an apartment building, and there's no shade if you're waiting outside, and you will be waiting outside. I got there at 11 o'clock when the restaurant first opened, thinking, oh, there won't be anybody here at 11. No, wrong. No.
Mistaken.
No, there was a line. I was at the end of it for a really long time, and it was really, really hot. So either go on what you might think would be an off time, or just know you're going to stand in line and, bring something for shade, or, a bottle of water to drink or something, because right now it's dangerous standing outside waiting.
Well, my last question for you. Okay, this sandwich shop is in Italy, and then some locations in the United States. Do you happen to know how we got lucky to have it in Nashville?
This is a great question that I feel like I need to just do a whole story on. We are getting so many places now in this city that are choosing Nashville as a second location before any place else. And I have theories about why that's happening. One is we have gotten to be a world-class food city, and there's no getting around it. And secondly, there are a lot of people moving here from other parts of the country. So we have an ever-expanding consumer base that has come from other places, bigger places in many cases, like New York, and that this is what they demand, actually. So we're a great location right now. You can set up here fairly economically compared with, say, New York City or Los Angeles. So it's easy to set up here. It's a great business climate in Tennessee. And we're, I think 3 or 4 years ago, we were named an IT city. I think we're still an IT city.
Well, which leads me to another question, with so many like restaurants or little, places popping up, how do they survive? Because you were in such competition with, original restaurants and the new ones coming in and all these different locations. I mean, you have East Nashville, West Nashville, the Gulch, Germantown.
Well, the sad fact is a lot of them don't survive. But the reason a lot of them do is we're a very eating out kind of town.
That's true.
And there are people who would much rather abandon their kitchens and the grocery store and, go someplace where the food is already there. It's already great. And maybe you pay $2 or $3 more, but, it's worth it.
Okay, well, I promise you, this is the last question on this. I love that it has a great sandwich, and obviously, what is the service like?
It's very good, I have to say.
Okay.
The people behind the counter are clearly not from Italy. They're from here. And they've had a learning curve. They have to learn what all this is because it's not normal sandwich making stuff.
Right.
But they're friendly. They're very helpful. They'll suggest something if you're not sure what to get. I found them to be delightful, and it's a very good vibe. In fact, going back to the lines outside, one of the managers would come out periodically, every say 10 minutes or so, apologize for the wait, hand out menus, try to do something to sort of, acknowledge that all of us were out there sweltering. So I thought they were very accommodating. I can't wait to go back.
Oh, well, I can't wait to try it for the first time. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. And pronounce the name of one more time. I want to make sure I have the pronunciation right.
All'Antico Vinaio is what I think it is. If I get it wrong, there's an Italian person out there who can correct me.
Catherine, thank you so much for sharing this with us today.
Thank you.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
333.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
I'm ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
July is just as special as December here at the Help Center in Dickson. And Angela Moore, you're going to tell us why that is.
Well, we are doing a new thing this year called the Christmas in July Toy Drive, which if you guys have never heard of our Christmas store, it's called the Dickson County Christmas Store. It's a toy giveaway that we've been doing for 4 years now, where we allow parents to come into a beautiful space that's been decorated with love, and they get to have a dignifying shopping experience to pick out toys for their own children, because parents know better than anyone else what their children will want. And it's a preventative seasonal program that goes kind of hand in hand with our turkey giveaway, because people will put themselves sometimes in a financial hardship to make sure that the holidays are magical for their families. And so this is a way for us to be able to step in, intercede on their behalf, and give them that experience of shopping. It's almost like a traditional angel tree, but we get to give the parents that gift of giving as well, which is special.
That is incredibly special. And so they know how special. How many families did you help out last year?
So we were able to serve 1,229 children, and each one of those children received, we call them table gifts, 4 gifts that are probably in that $25 to $40 range. Don't want to assign an exact number there. They'll receive what we call pool gifts, or they're stocking stuffers. They're in the pools on the ground. And we kind of asked the parent, like, what do you think your child would want? Because we don't want to limit them too much on it. Yeah. Obviously, they aren't going to walk out with 70 toys, but typically they'll come with a pretty full sleigh, and we even have volunteers who wrap the presents for them. So and then at the very end, they get the big surprise, which is called the wow gift.
Mm-hmm. If we come into it, is it just us shopping here? Do we make donations, or do we bring you a toy?
So it is a citywide initiative, which we're excited about. You're going to have multiple drop-off locations, which you can find listed on our website and on our Facebook page as well. But these are going to be retail partners like Country View Market, like Pop Shelf, like GameStop, places where people have set up collection boxes, and you can find them, like I said, listed, but also community supporters. So those are going to be your churches. We're going to have a drop-off at Bank of Dickson, the YMCA, and it's because these people believe in us and support our mission. And you can do that all month. So through the 31st, if you're out shopping and you happen to see something that you think a child would want for Christmas that's brand new, you can drop it off in those convenient locations. And we're also doing something in the thrift store, however, as well, which right now, as you can see, we are decorated for Christmas a little bit in our thrift store, and 30% of those proceeds that come from the sales of this are going to go to our Christmas store. And of course, you can always give financially as well.
Angela, thank you so very much. Okay, what is your website so we go to the right drop-off locations?
Absolutely. It is www.dicksoncountyhelpcenter.org, or you can follow us on Facebook at Dickson County Help Center and Thrift Store.
So what a great time to shop for wonderful reasons. Go ahead and make your way out to Dickson's Help Center. Thanks for joining us here at Mornings on Main Street. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.